Alright, this was a tough deck to make. Basically, the whole theme for this deck is to use Greed Quasar. Greed Quasar is this really meh card where his attack is equal to its level times 300, but he can increase his level every time he destroys a monster by battle. So he has the capability of going up to some pretty high levels. The highest levels you can go to in the game are reached with Greed Quasar, just attacking a bunch of monsters. And if you combine that with a calculator, whose attack is 300 times the total level of monsters you control, you can have some fun, but the calculator combo I don't think I actually really use. This is more about Greed Quasar, not calculator. Calculator, he's a lot more easier to use. So for this guy, basically what I wanted to do was bring him out and protect him. So at first, I have a couple versions of this deck in this video, and the one I settled on, I think the one that works the best, is just to use Mound of the Bound Creator. I didn't think of this until like way later on when I was testing some builds. Basically what this card does is once a monster is level 10 or higher, they can't be targeted by card effects nor destroyed by card effects. So it's perfect for protecting Greed Quasar. All he has to do is destroy one monster that's level 3 or higher, and he automatically goes higher than level 10. And since he's a level 7 Dark-type monster, he can be searched out with Dwarf Star Dragon, and bringing him out isn't really that bad. I just use like a quasi deckless Monarch build, kind of, where I use triple emergency teleport with Yukio Sagi and recover, and I make sure to have less than 10 cards in my extra deck, because you need to have 5. Your opponent needs to have 5 more cards in their extra deck than you in order to use its effect from the graveyard, pay 2,000 light points, spell to summon himself. And I've got Level Eater in here because I have some Monarchs and stuff, and it works. I can bring out Greed Quasar like more than 50% of the time if he's in my hand, thanks to the Tribute Summon engine. It's not the best Tribute Summon engine in the world, but the deck is more about trying to protect him once he's out, and I could go super focus on the tributes, but what's the point if I'm not doing a full Monarch build? And Cyber Dragon, he's basically in here just for tributes as well. He even can just remove the cards from the extra deck too, it doesn't really matter. I found 7's a nice one, because if your opponent goes into 1 on their first turn and you're playing like exactly 10, then you're screwed right there. But if your opponent can't go into more than 3 in their first turn. So I got 7, and that seems to be the magic number, to be less than 5 than your opponent. And then Level Eater, you can use it up until he reaches level 10, because then it can't be targeted by card effects anymore thanks to Mound. So he was actually pretty helpful in bringing him out. Plus I've got Armageddon Knight to ditch Level Eater or Greed Quasars in the graveyard just because I have Call the Haunted. Originally I was playing more ways to get him out of the graveyard, but I ditched that and just went for searching him out and tributed him, or send him to the graveyard with Call the Haunted. So yeah, it's definitely deserving of its name of a fail deck. But it was pretty fun when it actually did go off and do stuff.